Hello everybody, today I'm going to do a rug and I'm going to show you every step of the way. And here's the baby dog. Alright, so here's my big frame. We obviously have not got to the point yet where we're comfortable enough to do that, so we're using the baby frame, and we are going to be doing this at my computer desk, but we cannot have the computer desk like this while we do this, so here we go. And there we go. Got everything covered with the trash bag, and we're missing something. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so next part is we're going to take these clamps I got for like $3 each at Harbor Freight, and we're going to clamp down the legs. So secure. All right, so now we're gonna take our tufting cloth and attach it to the frame. You're gonna start from the top. Get all these nails in. Be careful because these will pierce flesh. I'm going to tug from the bottom to get as much tension as I can. Get all these nails in, like so. Outside, same thing. So right now there's still some slack, obviously. Let's get it all up here. Cool beans. Alright, so now that it's on there, now we're going to start back from the beginning and we're going to pull the cloth up more, get it as tight as we can. You're going to want at least like an inch or two so you have some slack to pull. It's kind of tight right here. I'm not going to say I've screwed myself here, but you know, we'll get it on there tight. And you're going to do the same thing and just work your way around. Alright, the next step is to get our image on the tufting cloth, and to do that we're going to be using a projector. Alright, so here is our image projected on the cloth. The key thing to this is you need to reverse your image on your computer or wherever you want to do it before you put it on here, because we're tufting this way, but the actual rug, the soft side, is actually going to be on the opposite side. So when you flip it around, it's going to be the right way you want it to be. So this is just a flipped image, and now I'm going to go ahead and trace this. And here's our image, and this is what we're tufting today. Let's go. Alright, so I've got my spooling system attached to my big frame. A lot of people might make a separate free-floating spooling system. We've had some issues with this, but this is the basic gist of it. You know, holds the yarn, goes up, feeds through these holes, and into the gun. First plan of attack is to do a hard outline on the outside. From that point, we will start filling it in. Alright, so the number one key to tufting, based on our very little experience, is consistent pressure against the cloth as you move with it. That's it. So we're going to do our first outline here. Smooth as butter. Wow, that's just the straightest line ever. Killed it. Boom, baby! So still a learning process. I've obviously went off of the trace line there. We have a couple of spots that we think are wonky. See, like this buildup here. You can see where the lines are really clear here, but then you have like this buildup. This is stuff that we can possibly pull out from the other side and fix. All right, so this is the other side. See right here, I would like a space. There's supposed to be another color through here. I'm assuming once I punch through there, the color will shoot through, but all in all, not too bad. See some of this stuff right here, probably pull out, and yeah, we're gonna take a quick second to take a look at everything and then move forward from there. All right, as you can see right here, this hole, this can get scary. So what you can actually do is, let me see if I can do it on here. You can actually take a pencil and move the threads to close the gap. So when you go back to stitching, it'll be tight. But yeah, I think we can work around that. So the scary part is pulling out all the loose threads. Some people will cut them off. I've pulled off most of them, but as you can see, there's some spaces missing here. Not the end of the world, you know, it's still a learning process, but what we're going to do next is we're going to fill it in, and we're going to go time-lapse for that. Alright, so far we're looking pretty good. You can see the purple outline is getting a little drowned out. I kind of screwed up here, so my process here is I'm going to try to get this orange out and then clean up this line. And yeah, maybe I can harsh out some of these lines a little bit, and then we'll finish off the inside of the kanji, and that'll be it. Alright, so the great part about this process is you can see I screwed up, right? So I'm actually just using a pencil, a pen. You can use a pin, and you can actually pull out the threads and redo it. So obviously my orange went over the line, so I'm actually going to sit here and pull out all these orange threads and redo my line. A little tedious, but if you're a perfectionist, you know, you can fix your mistakes, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, I've pulled out the orange thread clean. I'm kind of scared of this moment. This spot, actually not moment, spot, but we're gonna see if we can fill it out. There's another one right here too. We'll see. Alright, creatures of the earth. This is what I call the danger zone, because we're gonna try to go over 4 weak spots and see if we can fill them in. Yeah. Here we go. This is scary. That looks like a success. That looks like a success. That looks like a success. And one more. So it'd be common sense to know, make sure you're done with one color before going to another color, because now I'm satisfied with this outline and I'm like, you know what? I need to go back to the orange, because I kind of just want to fill this in a bit more. So I wasted my own time, but alright, so most people fill in with single lines going in the same direction. I actually haven't seen this really online. Maybe it is a thing and I just haven't come across it, but I'm actually gonna do a cross like that, you know? Because I don't think I'm skilled enough to like get in between those lines. So I'm just gonna like cheat and fill it in that way. Alright, we've made it to the end. Time to fill the inside. Alright, we see this spot right here. It's gonna get hairy, but we're gonna fix that, and then I think we're done. Creatures of the earth, we are done. And here it is, flipped around. No, this is not the end of the process. This is gonna be a lot more cleaner once we're done. Alright, I've trimmed it up with some scissors and pulled all the loose threads off of it. Now we're about to apply the glue. Alright, so we have finished gluing. Most people leave this overnight for about 24 hours. Under a fan, honestly, within, I'd say 4 to 6 hours, this is fully dry. So we've been just leaving it under a fan. And yeah, so see you later. Alright, it is day 2 and the glue has dried. So now we are going to take this off, trim it, and fold over our edges here. Alright, so what we're doing here is we're now cutting the rug out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be leaving approximately 1 inch around the rug, and this is what we're gonna fold over onto the rug and hot glue it. Alright, so you could technically just like put hot glue along here and just fold it over. But because we're working with corners, what I'm actually going to do is cut these into individual squares. Like I said, this is not necessary, but this is what feels right to me. Alright, so take a strip, do some one line of hot glue on the edge there, and then just fold it over and press it down. And I'm just going to do this all the way around. Alright, so we have all our edges glued down, and now we get into some craziness. These are sheep shears, and we're going to take the sheep shears and basically trim this down and make it a little bit cleaner looking. A little bit smoother. We'll finish it off and come back. I'm gonna vacuum up the scraps on the top here, take a second look and see if we have to shave it again. Alright, so this is the very first rug I did. Not very, symmetrical right here. It did what I could. You can see some spacing here, but that's the first one, and here's the one we just did. If I was to critique it a bit, see the line's very thick here and you have some thin lines here. I'd like to make that more even. If you look at this corner right here, there's a little bit less purple showing, but I mean, as a second, I can't complain, and it was a learning process. Look, we got a gap here, but yeah, so this is where we're at in the process, and we'll get better over time.